Hey everyone, thanks for coming to another tutorial of the Switchboard platform. In this video, we'll talk general campaign page systems, and then there are a few different types of campaigns. I'll break out each type into its own video. So take a look at that list, and this will just be a general tour of this page. As you can see here, it looks very similar to the other pages. There are a couple items that are worth noting. The first is a search. This is a pretty simple search by name. All it's going to be able to search for is just against the name. At least this will help you filter. So here, that's the test one. We can also filter by the ones you've done. I've actually done, I think, all of these, so that's what it's going to show. So you can filter these. So here's a Kubient one. This is actually the test campaign we did in a previous video. So you can see that one. These views here. First button here shows you toggle start and stop a campaign. If you hit the pause button, it will stop the campaign from running. If you hit the play button, it will start it again. The campaign name is what's listed here. The campaign type, and I'll show you all of the different campaign views that exist. The pricing plan that's associated with it, how many pieces of content, and how many displays are involved. One of these fields, the content, is especially helpful in understanding if you've booked a campaign but you haven't added any content yet. That will be an important piece to just keep track of and look for. A couple things to note also, or at least this one is particularly interesting. This Q to A button. This is a conversion button that allows you to turn a quick campaign, which we'll go over in a second, to an advanced campaign. The quick campaign has a few missing features from it. Not in its deployment, but in the selection process. So you can very quickly add content in a quick campaign. The advanced one takes a few more steps. But because the advanced campaign is more comprehensive, you can't convert back to a quick campaign. Really, all this matters is for the editing process. So we have a quick to advanced button, but no advanced to quick button. You also can't turn one campaign into any other campaign. So it's only in this scenario you can do that. It's just going to call it an advanced campaign. See, the button disappears. It was converted to an advanced campaign. These two buttons here, similar to the other pages, this right arrow is the edit process. Oh, it's the explore process. Oh, you jump in right where you left off. The analytics looking thing, the chart looking thing here is actually a report view, and so you can click on this and see how many times this has actually played. You can see time range, name, whether the campaign's running or not, the time range here. You can convert it into a PDF by clicking this button. If this campaign had been run completely, what you'd see is some numbers showing up here instead of 0. This campaign was kind of an empty campaign, so there's not much to show. But you'd have plays, the price. If you've added a pricing plan, you can see what that looks like. The total displays and the total content. This would show a chart of plays by day, plays by content, and plays by screen. Now, one other thing we've added here is a POP photo section. If you want, this is really the only interactive section. If you had a photo of the ad playing on a screen, you could upload it here just to help keep track of things. And then also when you're creating a report, it'll print that out as well. You can delete them if you want. You can add as many as you'd like. It'll just keep adding them. Get some. I like clicking that specific one. Yeah. So you can see the ad that's there, and you can see as when we come back, they're still there. Okay, so the 5 different types of campaigns, we'll talk about these all, and then in that next video, you can dive into any one of them. The quick ad campaign, this type of campaign is really just meant for the users who don't really need very advanced filtering tools. They don't need multiple time and date ranges. They just want to quickly add content to a screen. It's just a little bit simpler than the others. The advanced campaign, it adds a bit more functionality where you can add advertisers or accounts that play into the Contacts app, which is covered in another video. The pricing plans are a little bit more comprehensive. Searching for displays, saturation, and soon coming also priority. Those are all available in the advanced campaign, not in the quick ad campaign. And when you look through the different videos, you'll see how they're all a little different. The geo-based campaign is meant for fleets and vehicles. So this is for a campaign that uses a GPS trigger or a geofence or a zone in it. If you're a fleet or a vehicle and you're just running an advertising campaign that doesn't need a geofence, you can stick to these other campaign types or any of the other 4. This is really just if you're adding a geozone trigger. The bulk campaign, this was added for large networks that are usually just selecting things based on search parameters that are less interested in picking hundreds or thousands of items at a time. So you can add a series of search queries, and the result will be a campaign that has all of those screens in it with all of the priorities and dates and all of that stuff that's added. Oh, also I should note, the quick ad campaign doesn't have sub-campaign time and date ranges and share of voice, so it's just in the advanced. And finally, the VAST campaign type is meant for tags, VAST tags, video ad serving template. That's the acronym that VAST stands for. It's really just kind of a way for people who are managing content with third parties, or the agency wants to run their own kind of private marketplace through your system. They can give you a tag. Usually this is an interface with digital buyers. They may ask you, can you run a tag? And you'd say, we don't run tags, but now you can. So here, that's how you'd run that VAST tag. So those are the 5 different campaign types: GPS, advanced tools, bulk searches, and quick campaigns. That's what it's meant for. All right, next these are kind of the full parameters that you see here. We'll be adding some more summary features at the top. If you have any questions, something's missing, feel free to reach out and look for the other videos on how to navigate each individual campaign type.